Good evening, all. Hope you're doing well. We're in a state of fear right now. You can see the VIX is really pumping. It's really going for it, and it also was very strong yesterday as well. Now the thing is, that the last 2 days is that we're seeing the 24-hour change, and it's actually impacting the big picture. And it will take a while before this actually flips to red because we've got 1.3 in a day, with minus 23. So at this rate, it's going to take about 20 days, about 2 weeks to go to risk off if that the herd don't sell. But because we've got this Chinese Taiwan risk event, I've got a good feeling as we go into the weekend tomorrow at tomorrow's close, they're probably, when I say they, retail guys, they're probably thinking, well, I'm probably should sell, and because it's probably the sensible, logical move. And of course, if they all think that en masse, then the price is going to go higher. All right. So it's a scary news event. It could be legit scary, but it could also be a ruse as well. A good way to find out whether or not it's legit is simply looking at your VIX. VIX is really pumping. It tells us that the big fish are also a little bit apprehensive and they've got quite a bit of fear. And so the Dow Jones has fallen quite heavily as well. But we'll cover the indices. Poor score on the technicals, and we are in a state of fear, as I say. So yeah, and also we can also talk about the weekly shifting as well. So Aussie USD can fall, the Euro USD could also fall, the dollar CAD and the dollar Swiss can do okay if we look at the sentiment. But we want to look at things, not just sentiment, but also fundamentals and technical. Now, the good thing currently is that we are in a state of fear, so the USD should strengthen. So that means that the fundamental and sentiment are in alignment now. So all we need now is the technicals to come in, and then we've got the three things to align, and then we've got a good bias for direction. Now, I was saying hopefully, I was saying yesterday, hopefully today, is that we're going to see continuation, and we are seeing some continuation in USD, but it did have to wobble. I was saying to the guys in Discord that pound USD took 11 hours to actually start moving down to get the SLC. So we have to be really, really patient. And today I've just been watching trading pound USD and trading the Euro USD. And luckily, fortunately, it's going the direction that I hoped it would. But I was quite sure that we were going to see a flop, a flip-flop and a chop. And now we're seeing that continuation, which I hoped would happen. And we're currently seeing it. So hopefully we are going to see some nice moves and not intraday chop fest. And it's not fun. It's just horrible. And you probably encounter some losses because you want it to move, right? You want it to move higher or lower. But if it's going up and down and zigzagging very strongly, it's hard to get big profits. So no one wants that. So hopefully we're going to see some continuation. Okay. And I think that's probably it from the sheet because I don't really want to make it a long one. I talk about the robot. Yeah, so this is the robot. So I've had to make a slight subtle change in that we had a trading stop before, but it kind of impacted the SL and TP. It was really weird. I couldn't understand why it didn't mirror the SLTP in an equidistant way. Having like 20 pip TP, 20 pip SL, but whenever we had the trading stop in, it wouldn't trigger 20 pip SL, 20 pip TP. It was just really strange. So what I've done now is made a static 20 pip take profit and a 15 pip stop loss. So just have to wait and see how we go. So yeah, there's the 20 pip. And then there's the 15 pip. So this is an old trade. So we just want that to come down. But I was just saying, it's just very, very typical. We just want it to get to target, and then job done, great trade, proving that the robot's going fine, and it's just a weight off my shoulders. We just need not to see zigzag chop hot like nastiness, really. It's just no good. And if we have some nice moves, then it's going to be good for everybody, including the robot. So we'll have to wait and see how we go. We're so close to getting the TP. It's just, I think what might happen is that, I'm not sure, but like the double slit experiment, by the act of observation, people impact the price. I'm not sure whether or not these key points near round numbers, everybody is looking at the price at that round number, and it might be doing something strange to the market. How weird was that? We just didn't get to the TP. We came so close. So it could just be me being a little bit overworked, watching the charts all day, and going a little bit crazy. But it just seems so strange why we just wouldn't just dip like half a pip to get to TP. So we'll just see how we go. I'm not going to make any changes because it should be fine. And perhaps maybe next week we can look to increase the sizes as well. So it's going fine. And and also the aggressive bot is going to be no more. And we're going to put in a new method, I think, next week, because it was just too crazy. And I got a message from IC Markets to saying the bot has opened up too many trades. So it was way, way too aggressive. So that could never go live. But the passive bot, the thing that you can see in front of you, is fine. And it's just, gradually making some profits as we go. But now we're not going to have a trailing stop in. We've got a static TP and SL, and with a greater than 1R. So we should be eking out a little bit of profit more regularly. So it's kind of bugged out with the trailing stop. I'm not really sure why, but that's the whole point of testing. So hopefully this comes down to take profit. Indices are really, really interesting. Look at the ascent of the sentiment on the S&P. So what happened, if you remember from yesterday's video, is that they had gone long. They started to go long. See these spike ups? These could be less short or more long. It's the same sort of thing. But we are seeing that as aggressive buying. So that's really strange. Normally they aggressively sell. See? Well, there was one here admittedly, but there's an aggressive sell, another aggressive sell, fairly aggressive buy, another aggressive sell. Now what we're seeing is that these zigzags, they're like sort of carving upwards, and that motion is pushing price down. And it's really good because in case you're wondering why price is doing its thing, it's very likely it's doing its thing because of the sentiment. In so much as, at turning points, for example, like up here, you're going to have a crossover at that high. Crossover at that high, it happens all the time. It's crossover at that low. See, they'd sold it, you see. Up we go. And so it's too accurate not to be the reason for the price action. All right, so this is why sentiment's really, really powerful. And also, don't forget, when you join us in the Discord and you use the sheet, you must have a training plan. Because I've seen a lot of people come and go and they lose money and they think they join the QDB service thinking that they've got a guaranteed system. It's not a guaranteed system in one, it's just information. You apply that information to your trading system, and without a trading system, you won't have risk management. And without the risk management, you're going to probably blow your account. So it's really important that, you've got like something there, you've got like a base, like a solid foundation that you can work on, that you might be missing out on some information. This is incredibly powerful stuff that you can add, but you wouldn't use it solely. Okay, so it's really, really important. I've had new people join, people leave. The same people who leave, they come back, and then they lose money, then they leave, then they rejoin, and then they lose money. The whole point, the reason for that is that they're losing money because they've got no risk management. Okay, so while we've got all these setups, they have got a tendency to go against you. Now, if you've got like too large a size, that could do some massive destruction, on that move. It's a 25-point move. If you're positioned incorrectly, that's going to screw you. All right, so this is the whole point, is that you need to have good risk management. You need to know about your sizes. All right, little lecture, but it's just important because ideally I'd like the QDB family to grow, and we can get a larger community, and it would just be really good for everyone, because then we could share ideas. And another thing is that what I would love is for us to get a unique invite code as well on the this thing here, to have discord.gg/QDB or QDB, and that would be awesome as well. So if you wanted to support the server, I could do it so you would unlock lots of Discord content. So it's something you might want to do, potentially. It'd be really awesome. We are quite close to the next boost, but if you want to boost it, I think it's like $3 a month, and then you'd be helping us out, and we're also increasing the video quality as well, and the sound quality. So just a little one there. If you wanted to join us at a very, very cheap discount, because we've got the light tier, that's $5 a month. The server booster is $3 or something like that. It's very, very cheap, and that does unlock a lot of Discord. But you don't get everything. You don't really get all the juicy stuff, but you certainly get a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of stuff in here. You wouldn't get the signals, for example, but you would get the forex and commodities and indices, and these are all populated on a daily basis. So that's of note, and you'll note that all the indices are doing this. The retail are really aggressively gone long, or aggressively less short. So let's look at gold, and then we'll wrap up. And then this is a weekly wrap up. So I don't think we should be seeing a stronger USD versus Swiss and CAD and Euro and Aussie. Okay, so that's what we should be seeing in speech marks. Okay, and now because of a strong dollar, we could. Oh no, not silver. I thought that looked kind of strange. Yeah, so there we go. So because of the strong dollar, we're probably going to get a stronger US yields, and because of that, because of the way that gold correlates with real yields, and it's going to suffer if they pump. All right, so you could probably argue, like DAX, for example, it was a big sentimental driven pump in order to flush. If you think about it, I know I'm just repeating what I said yesterday, but if I zoom out, maybe you didn't see yesterday's video, but I was just saying, we would have made a video at that point down here when we were sub 2000. Look where we are now, or look where we were. All right, so it's nearly a $500 move from the crossover. So this is what we call a static flip. Okay, so if you come to Discord and we ever see static flip, it simply means a 50% cross. Okay, so where we go from buy to sell, and this is what we're waiting for the QDB game plan on the indices. We need the herd to be completely flushed out, and then once we go over 50%, we'll wait until we go below. We wait until it goes above and then below. Once it goes below, then it's going to be a buy. Then that's going to be the optimal entry for us for our longs. Okay, and I can probably see this continue to fall because that was the last crossover, and that was a little while ago. So it probably will depend here, to be honest. But they're likely going to buy because they look left, and we're well supported. All these boxes, for example. So we'll have to wait and see. So really, just to summarize, we should have a stronger dollar. That probably should fall. The bot is going fine. I'm actually quite happy with it, although it's been a little bit frustrating. Not the bot, but price action. So with any luck, we see some continuation. We might get it tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. But I've got a feeling that the herd are going to probably sell as we go into the weekend. If they sell risk, the safe havens such as the dollar, it can take a back seat, and then the risky currency like the euro can do okay. So we might do this, and then we'll go to our stop loss. So it's really important to get your technical, sentiment, and fundamental in. And if you're manually trading, probably no harm in taking profit if you've made some nice profits. I know you should probably wait till he gets to TP, but it was so close there, it might be an idea, you know. So you don't really want it to go all the way back to your stop loss after being so close. And you know, just we'll have to wait and see how that goes. I think if this, you know, if this wasn't a demo account, I would have probably exited there when I saw perhaps that doji. That could have been a good sign, because a doji candle can tell us reversal. So using a little bit of technical analysis there, all right, and that could have been a good exit. And we've got a long wick below this one as well. Okay, so you know, you're trying to get things to align into one, and that's it. So that's the weekly video, and I'll be back on Sunday for the crop data video. And if you need me to do any video on any aspect of the sheet, let me know. And that's it. So I'll stop waffling now. And I think what we might do is look at the rate of change for our bot, because look at that. That would have signaled buy, and that would have signaled buy. Look at the price performance on those two today, and then the bot would have been fantastic in profit. So that's it. So have a good night. I'll be around tomorrow in Discord. Just give me a shout if you need me, and I'll see you guys on Sunday.